The most useful bit of the MBA was the business plan and planning the whole elements of what a business plan should have. So the business plan is where me and my business partner was actually stuck on. We was like, how do we approach people? How do we get a business plan started? So it's the whole objectives, the aims, the actions, the vision, like even the vision board as well. I didn't know about vision boards. I didn't know where to start. So the fact that now I actually know my vision, I've got a clear mind on where I want my business to go and the future, who I want to help, what I want to do with my brand, it's made it easier for me to understand my goals for the up and coming years. So I think that's been a key element for me and my brand, is probably the vision board, the mission, the business plan, and also probably the funding as well. So the funding we had on week 9, which was like knowing different kind of funds that is out there for us to actually approach, which we don't need to have necessarily a 30-page business plan, but the 1-page one, and just to know the aims and objectives of how to go about selling your brand.
The most memorable session for me was the marketing. So putting a marketing strategy forward that actually does the job and gets those clients that you need to help on board, and maintaining them as well and having that relationship with them. So it's targeting people that would benefit from your service properly, so they understand and it's very clear and you have a proper strategy in place to get them onto the business. If I didn't take part in this course, I would have tried to do things my own way, perhaps seek other advices elsewhere, but I think I'll be sort of where I am back then. I wouldn't have made such progress I've made now. So this course was, sort of uplifted me really. Loads of confidence and skills to put into my business.
The idea came from, basically I was given a job and the job got taken away from me. So then I decided that I wanted to kind of create my own opportunity. So I decided I'd start up a cleaning company. I've learnt quite a bit. I've learnt about forecasting and doing the kind of numbers side of things. I've learnt a lot about marketing. I've met loads of people that are like-minded, so that's like the biggest plus for me. Because a lot of my friends kind of work normal 9-to-5s and have kind of city jobs and stuff. So me going on this kind of entrepreneur journey, it was kind of strange. So coming somewhere where there's people that are like-minded and that are going through the same thing was like a relief for me.
I've learned a lot about cash flow. I've learned a lot about confidence, because my confidence has built a lot, because when we was doing our pitching from the first few times, I was very nervous. I forgot what I was saying, or I just kept fidgeting. But then when we done the pitch on Monday, I feel like, yeah, I've smashed it. Everybody was happy and I felt happy. That was my aim, to smash the pitch. I weren't focusing on the money, but obviously if I won the money, I would have been happy, but yeah.
My enterprise is called the Black British Library. It consists of an online archive where British people tell their story about their experiences of living in Britain and being from an ethnic minority background. There's also a corporate arm which provides corporate training through training programs, and this is all aimed at sort of changing the culture of the corporate workplace to suit ethnic minorities, to make their experiences more positive within a corporate setting. There's also an institutional arm which is aimed at policy reform and also collecting qualitative research to come into conjunction with quantitative research to explain what's happening to minority groups in Britain. I think the biggest inspiration was my experience. So I definitely followed my middle class counterparts in terms of going on to go to sixth form, go to university, study a subject that I was really good at and things like that, and also attain really good grades. But after coming out of education, my experience was not the same as my middle class counterparts. I definitely it was as if my background started to determine where I was going in life. And I started to feel like if my background is dictating my destiny or my journey, then what is the reality for many people that didn't follow their middle class counterparts and don't have an education? So I feel like society needs to know the stories, not only of people like myself that had big dreams and ambitions, but also those that didn't have the opportunity to be inspired by their teachers and their peers and follow the traditional route. I definitely very much feel that I followed the social contract. So I did what was expected of me in hopes of a return. And I think that it's not seemed to pan out in that way, in the way that I expected. So I definitely feel like those sorts of stories need to be introduced to wider society, basically. So next, what comes next is a Black History Month event here at Bootstrap. So that's the first thing, that's like a soft launch, and the website should be up and running by October as well.
I recently hosted an event at Dawson Roof Park, and that was our first event, and that was the launch of the company. So we had live performances from spoken word, dance, and we had the night headlined by Belly Squad and Abracadabra. On the night we reached full capacity, and we had press from Hackney Gazette and Huffington Post. If it wasn't for Enterprise Bootcamp, there wouldn't have been a launch. They helped me liaise with the right people like Kirsty, the community organiser, to help put this together. So it was a team effort. I've learned that every business has to be sustainable, because at first I just thought, I have this business idea, let me go with it. But then you have to properly look into how will this make money and how quick am I going to turn over.
If another young person is watching this, you have to sign up for this course. It's so beneficial. Even if you've got your business idea and you're making movements, it helps with like confidence and really getting things tight. So yeah, go for it. 100% recommend this course.